Denver Broncos head to Kansas City this week for Thursday night football. We keep telling you the whites didn't work for Walter and Jeffrey. They didn't work for Cincinnati earlier this year, and they didn't work for Denver last week. Broncos now have to try and figure out how to topple a team that's won 4 straight.
Rush to the outside, pass, caught on a slant, touchdown! Kansas City, Rashee Rice!
This is 4-1 versus 1-4. Think Sean Payton's been listening to Kendrick all week? That was as heavy a serving of humble pie as I've ever seen dished out last week.
But I got one game ball.
These two teams' records makes this one of those previews where you have to look for reasons the underdog might overcome the odds. Let's walk through 3 of them. Starts with Denver coming up with a way to slow Patrick and his Mahomes. Mahomes' season numbers aren't Mahomes-like yet. Still, over 280 yards last week, 2 TDs, no INTs.
As Mahomes goes down the field, that's Watson. Did he get the feet down? I think they're going to say yes, catch.
And stopping Kansas City still has to do with stopping tight end Travis Kelce. He led the team in targets week 5.
You got no chance one-on-one in open space against Kelce.
He had Chiefs fans on the verge of fainting last week, but he was probably just showing off a little for Ariana, you know. Grande probably impressed how he looked so hurt, and then bam, comes back to score a TD. 3 scores in his last 4 games.
Holmes, wide open, Kelce, and finds the end zone.
Apologies to Katie, by the way, mistake corrected. So what does Denver have to offer in terms of pass defense? Stay with me here. Denver held Zach Wilson to a sub-80 rate last week. No touchdowns allowed, picked him off, held him under 200 yards.
Wilson looking down the field, and it is intercepted! Pat Surtain!
Zach Wilson outplayed Patrick Mahomes a few weeks ago, right? So if A is greater than B and B is less than C, it means Denver's secondary could give Mahomes trouble. They got safety Justin Simmons back last week, so they're healthier at least.
Wilson, and his pass was batted down at the line and nearly intercepted.
Not to be a downer, but holding Vincent Adultman to those numbers doesn't really say much. Denver's rating allowed after that game, still near 125, and for Kels, they've allowed a rate near 125 to tight ends, too.
Fields, wide open, has come back, touchdown Bears!
So now he's getting his name wrong, too? No, Papa Kels says that's how it's actually pronounced. Number 2 on our list, Russell Wilson. He could have an OG Russ game. It's possible. His personal numbers aren't bad. Another 100-plus rate game week 5 versus a tough New York defense. 2 TDs, no picks. Only had a rating under 100 this year in 1 game.
Wilson, wide open man, and it's a touchdown for Adam Troutman.
Maybe he runs wild on KC. 7 yards per carry versus New York, 49 rushing yards. He could go dual threat Russ and carry the offense.
Wilson was looking for McLaughlin, not there, so Wilson will do it himself. Inside the 20, now to the 10, Russell at the 5, and down he goes.
First, Kansas City has held quarterbacks to 3.5 a carry. They face Trevor Lawrence and, more importantly, Justin Fields. Second, their secondary has led the way to holding quarterbacks to a sub-90 rating. Their pass defense is pretty tough.
Looking for Jefferson, broken up by McDuffie, Edwards, double coverage.
Russ should expect heat. He takes plenty of sacks, of course. 4 taken in the Jets game, averaging 3 sacks taken per game. Maybe open a dispensary if you're going to know grass on that level, you know?
Wilson lost the football! Rolling towards the sideline, picked up by the Jets!
Wait, that's not the same kind of grass. Never mind. Chiefs, meantime, blitz rate close to 40%. Will they stick to it? Wilson has a 106.7 rate versus 5+ pass rushers in 2023. No picks, couple of touchdowns.
Wilson's going to take a shot. Has his man, it's caught. Wide open, it's Mims.
Third way, Denver could trip KC up, keep him off the field with long drives utilizing a good run game.
Broncos run it with McLaughlin, and he breaks free again. Jaleel McLaughlin finally tripped up at the 24. The undrafted rookie covers 21 more yards.
I know he's small, but so is Mighty Mouse, and look what he did. Kansas City's run defense, too, giving up 4.5 a run to running backs.
He gets into the secondary for a first down.
X-Factor matchup, Chiefs run game featuring Isaiah Pacheco. He's had a couple nice games this season. Scored versus Minnesota against a Denver run defense that gave up 177 yards to Breece Hall, a 72-yarder mixed in with lots of other big runs.
And there he goes, Breece Hall into Denver territory.
None of that likely convinces anyone on our panel to vote Denver in this one, but are there any Orange Crush diehards that can conceive of the upset? Detail how it would happen in the comments section. Also, if you sign up for NFL Plus, you can watch live games, NFL RedZone, NFL Network, and more on mobile. Let's roll the scores already.